Back and early out in the corner on Graham Mulcahy. Loads of changes there. Pat Donlan back at wing back as well, so we'll keep you up to date with now in a minute.
Match referee is Colm Lyons from Cork. Clare once again tried to get something going, but that's Paddy O'Brien who gets that ball away. Ball blocked down. It was Donal O'Grady who was trying the shot, blocking his path there. Pat Donlan, co-captain now, of course. Here's Paddy O'Brien, a chance to get an easy score here from some 30 metres out. Could hardly miss. He was unmarked. Opening point of the game.
Yeah, good play there by James Ryan. Lovely hand pass. He switched hands there, and Paddy O'Brien settled. Paddy had a good year with Kilmallock, but hit a few wides in the club final, and he made sure there he took his time. Tackle, caught Pat O'Connor fairly heavy there. You watch there, that's an elbow up, and that should be a yellow card for Cian Lynch. Only a young player playing his first game. Nephew of Kieran Kerr.
All the way down once again, directly towards Shane Dowling. Dowling can create a lot of havoc there. Three surround him immediately. And again, the referee blows his whistle. Clare plead their case, but the referee has given the free in. Clare in the All-Ireland semi-final. Went for a goal, stopped by the goalkeeper. Should have taken an easy point. There was one for the taking. Declan Hannon, they'll get another chance. He was fouled. Once again, it's Shane Dowling rather, and Shane Dowling this time puts it over. So a second point for Limerick.
You know, the wind is strong. You can see the puck out barely making it to the middle of the field there.
Batted down by Colin Ryan as far as Pat Donlan. It's 1 against 2 up there, and that one is Shane O'Donnell, and he's got in there. And again, the referee blows his whistle.
It's surprise
really
there.
Good work. Colin Ryan, the free taker. Clare's opening score in this year's Munster Hurling Championship. O'Connell, the new man who's come in, his championship debut, he's left it behind there to Paul Brown. And again, the referee so Shane Dowling, third free that he's taken. 1 pointed already, and this can be a second, and is. Well, he looks to be on song, leading by 3 points to 1. Early stages. This puck out is towards John Conlon, picked up by Colin Ryan, and Colin Ryan hits it from near the sideline and beautifully over the bar. A second for him.
Yeah, brilliant play there by Colin Ryan. So quick onto that breaking ball and on the run straight over the black spot.
Spins around, floats it in, but should be the goalkeeper's. Batted back out here resourcefully as far as Pat O'Connor by Pa Kelly. Bad ball away, straight to James Ryan. Looks around. Again, driven back. Dowling in there, once again threatening, but 3 against 1. And weight of numbers, and Pa Kelly manages to get that ball away. Beaten in the air that time was Shawnee O'Brien. Back comes his centre-half back colleague, Gavin O'Mahony. Cian Lynch going racing for this one. Leave it to me, says Conor Ryan, who was a real doubt about a couple of days ago here whether he would make the. Dylan and Conor Ryan were also injury doubts at that stage.
Yeah, Jared Passage, a fairly aimless hurling there, though. You know, maybe I'm old-fashioned, but I'd love to see the 6 forwards stay in their positions. It's all over the place at the moment. Shane O'Donnell could have tapped the ball over the bar earlier. Here's Tony Kelly now, one of the best
from a bad sideline ball by Paul Brown, and that one has gone straight over. Beautifully done by Tony Kelly, hurler of the year just over a year ago. What a wonderful performer.
Yeah, brilliant pick up there, and this is what he does so well. He hardly ever misses off left to right, and just in off the post there, great score.
Taken here by Paddy O'Brien. He's been influential so far, gathered by Graham Mulcahy, sells a dummy beautifully. Oh, might have finished himself, but the referee has seen a tug back, and it's going to be a free in. A great work by Graham Mulcahy. Where was the foul?
I didn't see anything there. I thought Graham Mulcahy should have tapped it over the bar. He carried it into trouble, and that's a straight.
And Dowling, the 22-year-old, simply knocks it over rather nonchalantly.
Of course, Jerry, we have the
team in front, 4-3. Again, that's John Conlon in the thick of that battling, but it comes out towards Paddy O'Brien once again, slipping the hand pass back to James Ryan, looking for a support player. That support player is Tom Condon. Beautifully in as far as Cian Lynch, picked it up beautifully. Lynch has handled it twice, couldn't handle it a third time, didn't need to, took a great score. His first ever championship point coming here in the 12th minute.
That's a great score. Look at this for skill. Obviously knew he was going to be hooked there and threw it up, and still showed great technique, and that'll really settle him down. Paddy O'Brien handling a huge amount of ball in the middle of the field so far. Here he is again on it.
Donald O'Grady giving him the pass. O'Brien diagonally over here, and Shane Dowling scampering across. Cian Dillon, his shadow for the afternoon, but he pushed in the back, and it's Michael, it's like a line all the way through the centre, isn't it?
Yeah.
Out of shot right now. Shane Dowling from an awkward angle puts it over the bar. That's 4 pointed frees already. Tony Kelly, but then gets away quickly. Kelly, very much the leader of this team, all the way in here. Goalkeeper takes, just about does enough on it, but doesn't clear it. Conlon tries to stay on his feet, succeeded in that particular task, but Stephen Walsh then able to come in, and in the end the referee has blown the whistle to give the free into Clare.
Yeah, he must have
6s and 7s.
Yeah, if you watch Richie McCarthy here and the goalkeeper, no call there, and the ball breaks, and Richie, of course, very cool as normal, but he gets it flicked away and it breaks back here to Stephen Walsh, and I think the referee indicated he threw the ball, if you watch here when he gets it back.
I thought there was a foul there.
He clearly threw the ball out, and that's what the free-in is given for the goals, either side, straight down the field. There's no corner forwards, no wing forwards on either side of the field.
It's an unusual setup as Colin Ryan points his 3rd point of the match. James Ryan tried to get to it, but it was Pat Donlan who drove it back. Then a line of Limerick players on the half-back line. One of them, Gavin O'Mahony, straight down to the full forward again. Cian Dillon drops it down, and the other Cian Lynch gets onto it quickly. He's going to pick up all the pieces if he possibly can. Nice turn by Shane Dowling. That's gone wide.
He did play a nice ball into Shane Dowling, but he was under pressure, good pressure from Cian Dillon, and he poked it wide.
Conlon takes it beautifully in his stride, gets away from Stephen Walsh and hits the ball wide in the end. Clubmate kicked away by David McInerney. Little turn here by Paul Brown. Back in as far as Cian Lynch. He's been very lively so far. We're looking at the next generation of top quality hurlers here. Cian Lynch spooning it off there as far as Donald O'Grady. Donald, now 34 years of age, right on the sideline, put under pressure, and that's got to be a 65.
Here he must irk him a little bit, but he's surely made his name in his own right at this stage.
Well, his uncle is indeed the team manager at Patrickswell, and he's playing Cian as a midfielder. Dowling involved again, and this time he puts it away to the right hand. Tony Kelly taking the pass from him. Gavin O'Mahony's after him, slips on the ground. Surface very, very good here at Thurles. Beautifully cut lawn. James Ryan from inside his own 65, and that one has gone right as well. And all of a sudden the direction of that ball into Shane Dowling is not as good as it had been. First start here, hitting it into the ground, still going forward. Finally, ball turned over. Whose ball is that going to be? Well, the linesman on the... One of 3 players to start a championship match for Limerick this afternoon for the first time. Here's another one. Cian Lynch, not for the first time getting on the ball, not for the first time looking the complete package. 2nd point for Lynch, 19 years of age.
Jerry looks like he's been out here all his life. Very, very composed, super score there, and he's given Donald O'Donovan a hard time for the first 20 minutes.
Well, it was a good choice on the part of TJ Ryan to introduce young blood. Here's David Reedy. Goes up into the air. Coming down there was Tom Condon, and the referee is going to penalise him. And Condon is saying that the ball was there to be played. And the referee is going in and having words with the 27-year-old. A lot of talking going on. Now, is there going to be a card at the end? 7-4 ahead. This ball was dropping in there. He went for it with John Conlon.
Well, the only one who knows there, like Tom Condon, is the only one who knows whether he was going for the ball or not. The ball is in the air like that, the 2-year going for it. Davy wasn't happy with it. But if the ref decided it was a free, what was the free for? Was it for striking with the hurl? You know, he got a yellow card at the end of it. Is it? I don't know what the
Well, striking
I don't know
is
if
a
it was
red
a red
card.
card. I don't know if it was in the
That
ref's
is
head, but
the reason for the
it was
break.
either a 50-50 ball or it was...
It results in a point anywhere for Clare and Colin Ryan, and that is his fourth out, this time to Declan Hannans. Haven't seen enough of him so far. Hand passed as far as Paul Brown. And that one hit in and hit over the bar. It's Shawnee O'Brien who got there eventually, and Shawnee O'Brien's first point this afternoon, his third ever in Championship Hurling. 8 points to 5. Broken down this time by John Condon, back as far as Conor Ryan. Shane Golden here trying to get on possession. Haven't seen against Wexford, that drawn match at Cusack Park in Ennis. Colin Ryan hitting it short. Garrett O'Connell doesn't take it initially. And that ball drops in and drops beautifully over the bar. Nicely done by Shane Golden. Well, he was involved initially there, won it back and hit it beautifully over to put two between them once again, and 23 minutes gone.
Yeah.
Towards Cian Lynch, his man, well in fact it's Cian who's lost the stick, and his man Donald O'Donovan has his. One man with a stick, one man without. Beautifully in here to Shane O'Donnell, trying to get away from Richie McCarthy. Should have the pace to beat McCarthy, and McCarthy deemed to have fouled him. He's protesting vigorously. Referee seems to indicate that he used an elbow.
You watch here, Shane O'Donnell takes him on, takes the touch here. His arm was in
When
there.
you go in over the shoulder like that, far from 25 metres out, no problems whatsoever. And they haven't played particularly well so far. Tony Kelly setting this one up. Garrod O'Connell coming onto it, looking for his first ever championship score, but not with that effort. He's operating around the middle of the field as far as Colin Ryan. Shane O'Donnell now. A lot of work to do from here to the target area. Oh, that was a high challenge. And the referee doesn't seem to have taken any action. Certainly the crowd on the far side got very, very agitated. That was John Conlon in there on Tom Condon. It is now going to be a Clare ball.
Particularly to the Limerick attack, they're all over the place.
Comes back in here once again, and it was Shawnee O'Brien who was trying to get onto that one. This latest free for Shane Dowling, it'll be his 5th point of the match if he makes it, and of course he does, from 45 metres out. 9 points to 7, Limerick leading. About 6 minutes to go to half time. That was Tom Condon there. He thought he was going to be able to keep that ball in play and restart. Kelly preparing to take this. Garrett O'Connell coming short. Eventually it is Colin Ryan who gets it, and Ryan puts it away to the left-hand side and misses the chance to put one between them.
Well, they're both teams trying to isolate their full forward inside. Shane O'Donnell's movement is causing some problems for Limerick, but it's not working down the other end at all, and all the play is around the middle third and dependent on frees nearly to get their scores. Cian Hickey's got 2 points and Colin Ryan's got 2. Outside of that, no one else hardly had a shot in the goal.
Once again, Garrett O'Connell getting this ball to Tony Kelly. This time steals a march on Stephen Walsh, hits it beautifully, but not with the accuracy he was looking for. He thought it went over, but there's no Hawkeye here to verify his view. Took it down in commanding fashion. 65 metres out. Hard to tell. James Ryan once again here, holding off the challenge of Donald O'Donovan. Back it comes once again as far as Shawnee O'Brien. Missed there by Cian Lynch. O'Donovan tries to get it away. Forced to kick it out, then forced to get it further away eventually. Shawnee O'Brien. Real lack of pattern to this game. Don't know whether nerves have got the better of the two sets of players. Back with Shawnee O'Brien once again. And the referee blows the whistle as Cian Lynch was getting away.
Jared, that's an awful passage to play. You know, anyone that coaches hurling, you're coaching young lads to move the ball quick, to play it inside to their full forward into danger area with short hand passing, and to me that's not hurling. You need to be moving that ball fast.
Shane Dowling drops it short. Cian Dillon gleefully accepting it, looking up then, trying to place this one, but it's 2 against 3, and the Limerick players outnumbering Clare. Gavin O'Mahony just about getting it away out here to Shane Dowling, who had taken that last free. Gets a second opportunity now. Looks like it's going to drop short. Sun in the eyes of the goalkeeper. Park Kelly does really well. Back out to Dillon once more. Made his debut here against Waterford some, 5 years ago now, 2010. Big one up there towards Conlon. Runs on towards Shane O'Donnell. Seamus Hickey now. And again, Seamus Hickey unable to get that ball up. Becomes Tony Kelly. Flicked forward here towards Shane O'Donnell, being marked by 2 other players. Should leave a gap. Beautifully in for Colin Ryan. Here's an opportunity. Takes the shoulder, tries to get back up on his feet here. Back out towards John Conlon, but the referee is not going to allow it. He's going to award the advantage. So he's bringing the play back to the 20-metre line. I wonder what might have happened had that continued.
He only has the 5 seconds, so look, it's over the bar, so he could let the score stand.
Well, this is the rule that was in football, of course, last year, now introduced to hurling, as you mentioned earlier on. And as you say, the ref has 5 seconds.
He has 5 seconds,
yeah.
But to be fair to Shane O'Donnell, he is shown for everything up front, and any ball into space, he's been onto it like a flash, and that was a beautiful hand pass back into Colin Ryan. He looks the one player that can.
Takes it back again. Gavin O'Mahony now. Pursued there by David Reedy. Gavin O'Mahony, his team leading by a point, closing in on the end of this first half. Graham Mulcahy has yet to score. Cian Lynch, who looks like he's just injured himself.
And again, a brilliant catch by Cian Lynch, but the foul here on the sideline.
As you say, it looked blatant. Not that one there. That's what happened after. What about that for a pass by Cian Lynch?
Well, at least he's
full
willing
of tricks.
He's willing to try things.
2 minutes of additional time being played. This was Donald O'Grady going forward, and that was Jack Brown coming across, and that is as blatant as they come. Wasn't a free, however.
It wasn't given anyway, Joe.
It's got to be a free in here for Shane Dowling to add to the 5 pointed frees already and to put 2 between them, and Limerick firmly in front. Oh, he's put it wide. Terrible miss by Shane Dowling. He's missed about 3 so far. 1 more minute still to go. The end of a first half which hasn't exactly been vintage. Far from it. Broken down to the middle of the park there. Shane Golden in the middle of it. And the referee blowing his whistle.
There's 18 players there, Joe, within 20 yards of the ball.
Well, it's supposed to be, they're all supposed to be 13 metres back according to the rules, but there you go. It doesn't always happen, does it? Paul Brown, stolen magnificently. And it's Tony Kelly trying to set Clare up once again here with David Reedy, the LIT student. Sets off, 45 metres out, smacks it wide. Oh, well done, Shane O'Donnell that time. Came out to make something of it. Tony Kelly. Kelly dispossessed. Pondered on that a little bit too long, and in came Donald O'Grady, lion-hearted, number 10 for Limerick, and then it hots up and close to half-time, and that's a punch there, which was thrown at Donald O'Grady. And the referee now and the officials are going to have to try and sort this one out.
It looked like number 8, Pat Donlan.
Well, there was a definite punch thrown at O'Grady. Would have done justice to anybody in a boxing ring. And he's down there on the deck right now. And the referee has got to get a grip on this.
I think he's calling back one of the...
It appears he's blown the half-time whistle. Some of the players going off. He's calling over Pat Donlan, and I can tell you as you watch this, Pat Donlan been spoken to by the referee, and if the referee got a clear view of that, I think the colour should be and is red. Pat Donlan captain when they won the All-Ireland in 2013, gets a red card on the call of half-time for punching Donal O'Grady in the face. Well, maybe it's the stick there that I saw, but it was certainly into the face, and
well, I don't know if he got him.
That is senseless.
Square, but he drew at him, and that's the rule. Striking or attempting to strike is the rule.
And Donal O'Grady is still down there. I wonder, will he be able to continue? Davy Fitzgerald then shaking his head as they head for half-time.
We didn't see enough action in that first half. I mean, we all came here expecting a rip-roaring Munster encounter. You know, I mean, we expected both managers to bring their teams fully prepared for a high-intensity battle. What we've seen in that first half was you know, average to say the least. Be disappointed. Certainly, I mean, neither team has brought an exceptional performance. I think both teams are set up to protect each other more so than take each other on. There's no team have come here to make a really bold statement and look to take the game to the opposition. They've set up offensively. I mean, Shane Dowling has been double-marked. Likewise, Shane O'Donnell has been double-marked. And in fairness, it's a 19-year-old Cian Lynch, to me, who's lit up the first half. He's been definitely the most exciting forward on view. And him and Shane O'Donnell, when they get pace, at least you sense an anticipation, you sense there's something going to happen. But overall, I mean, when you look at the overall game, you'd have to be extremely disappointed with what both sets of players have bought in that first half. And you said the timing of the incident was far from ideal, with kids coming out on to play the primary game, and here we are.
Of course.
You know, the hustle and bustle going on in the sideline. But no, overall, a very disappointing first half. I'll be expecting a much better performance on both sides in the second half.
Sure. I know you lost us there for just a moment or two on the coverage. I hope that didn't spoil your enjoyment of the chat in any way. I suppose this is what happens when there's so much at stake in a match, Henry. You know, the build-up during the week to this game, and of course the rivalry between these two sides, and it can bring just a little bit too much tension to bear.
Yeah, I think that as well. Both teams are probably wondering what are the other team going to do. So we all knew Shane O'Donnell was going to stand inside. So what did Limerick do to counteract that? And you know, Clare on the other side, we're thinking about the sweeper. What we'll do, and Shane Dowling, and you know, Garrod inside. So basically, they were more thinking about what they were going to do defensively than offensively. And you know, I'm from a forward background. I'd rather see teams going at it. And I don't think we haven't seen that. And that's been the thing. Everyone has been standing back, looking for the perfect ball, the perfect run. And sometimes it just get into it. And Cyril said at the beginning of the programme, just go with the flow.
However, the sending off now, Cyril, has to change the whole structure from a Clare point of view, because it throws your game plan now into a different perspective altogether. Was this a deserved sending off?
He had to go Pat Donnan, most unlike him, but he came in the schmozzle like, you know, you can't just hit a fella across the head, and he kind of made two, here's a wallop here down, they're all coming late and they're pushing and shoving. Oh, he'd be the most unlikely Clare fella, but he kind of draws twice, and there's no way that the linesman is straight there. O'Grady gets a good clip in the head, he's split, I'd say, gone off, and like, you couldn't condone that. Like, there he gets it there. No, and you see, Michael, even though he hit under the jaw, with the helmets, you're going to find that probably on top of the head it could be cut, because that's what will happen. Now, it's probably underneath as well. But like, you know, the ref had no choice, and Pat Donnan will be gone, and Clare down to 14. Now, that poses the question, what are Clare going to do? Will they keep the sweeper the whole time and play only 4 forwards, which they could, or go back playing 6 backs, 2 midfielders will play out more there, and kind of just have only 5 in the forward line. But like, it'll be interesting to see what happens. Now, it doesn't mean that Limerick are going to win the match with 15 against 14. It often goes the other way. I'd expect Clare to come out firing on all cylinders, and as Henry said there, like, and Liam, the match has been lacking intensity. The middle of the field is crowded. They all have extra bodies out there, but there's no one actually going for the game.
And as we saw there in that last clip, Liam Donal O'Grady with the bandage on his head, so as Cyril said, the helmet obviously did give him an injury. Yeah,
you know, I guess it's something that the GA have been trying to stamp out, is any interaction at all with the helmet. I mean, Podge Collins caught the helmet last year in the match against Wexford, and he was shown the sideline. But I mean, it was Pat Donlan can have no complaints. I suppose maybe what you've seen from Pat Donlan maybe is a frustration the way himself was playing and the way his team was playing. I think ultimately Clare haven't really settled. You know, David Reedy hasn't really got to grips with the game at all.
You were studying the way Clare had set up during that first half.
Yeah, well, again, you know, I just think it's back to Henry's point about being defensively. I mean, Shane O'Donnell, I mean, it's very hard. You know, I've seen Henry in operation. He calling players back in when he was playing with Kilkenny. But I mean, you've got literally no support. So like, you're in there all on your own. And like, this to me is you know, there's no structure whatsoever to either team's play. One is more or less following the other, you know, wherever the man goes. But like, when you can see when the ball is being poked out there, everyone is being sucked out the field. There's no structure whatsoever to their forward line. And like, they're trying to everyone then is crowding in around the ball when the ball breaks. And like,
a couple of easy chances before half time and into the breeze here now. This is a test of Shane Dowling.
First free of the second half, and he plants it beautifully between the uprights. Fabulous strike. Advantage Limerick, ahead by 2. Clare with only 1 win in Munster Championship hurling in 6 years. But they have the breeze behind them. A man down. Let's see how they make out. John Conlon looking for a good start to the second half. That's a very bright response to the Shane Dowling 65. Conlon's first of the afternoon in his 21st championship match.
Yeah, fabulous player, John Conlon, very strong in the air, and he broke that down for himself and took a good score.
Well, that's a bit more like it now. That's what we're looking for in the second half. From this puck out here, it's tapped down by Shane Dowling. There was a little tap there onto the stick of Paul Brown. Into it came James Ryan. Taking off is Colin Ryan. Doesn't need the support player to his right, going all the way, shortens the grip of the stick and puts it over 2 in a row. Colin Ryan pumped up, his 7th, his 2nd from open play. Got away well that time from James Ryan. Ties it up at 10 points apiece.
Yeah, Colin Ryan having a fine game for Clare, and that's a great score, and that's a great start by Clare in the second half. Often you see that when you go down a man, it just lifts the rest of the lads in the team.
Second time they've been level. Paddy O'Brien flicks it across over here. Over to Cian Lynch, the star of the first half, trying to get away from Donal O'Donovan. Takes off O'Donovan, struggling to keep up with him, and the referee blows his whistle. And meanwhile, it's Shane Dowling once again reporting for duty, and as usual, it's absolutely commendable. One down beyond Conlon this time. Hickey pushed to the back, I thought. Play continues, and that one is over the bar. Beautifully done by David Reedy. The Era Ogman nips in there as it went over the head of John Conlon initially.
Yeah, I think Seamus Hickey went to ground very easily there, and good score by David Reedy, and that's a great start by the Clare forwards. Immediately look a lot livelier than they were in the first half. 11
apiece. Barry Hennessy trying to pick out Paul Brown. It's Brown versus Brown. Jack Brown over there.
Another 20 yards or so, and made sure of it. And it is. I think it's a stiffish enough breeze now. It's favouring Clare in the second half.
Certainly is. Pa Kelly putting the pressure here on Seamus Hickey. Conlon in there to challenge him. Takes control of it. Makes an angle for himself. Good looking shot. Brilliantly done. 2 for John Conlon in the second half. And Clare are not going to lie down. They may be down to 14 men, but they're ahead here. 12-11.
And everything coming through John Conlon. That's an absolutely brilliant score. We know he's a great leader of the team, very strong physically, and he scored 2 brilliant points now since half-time.
Well, I can only imagine what Davy Fitz has said to the team at half-time in the dressing room, Michael, about the passion and the character that they've illustrated so many times since he's become manager. 4 years now in the job, and what a job he's done.
Absolutely, and it could have been their tactic all along, just to keep it tight against the wind in the first half and to open it up, but they've no choice now, down to 14 men.
Another huge cut in there by David McInerney. It seems like he's been given that task. The ball's on the line, or is it? No, Seamus Clear on the far side. The linesman has decided it's just popped out, so it'll be a Limerick possession. I haven't seen that one happen before.
He recovered well enough though.
Line ball. Paul Brown's going to take it. Cut across here towards Graham Mulcahy. Skids on the turf. Over goes Donal O'Donovan to try and mark him there, make it more difficult for him, but Mulcahy is well able to get inside and be precise with his shot. His first of the day, first point, and it's level once again at 12 points apiece, level for the 4th time.
Yeah, and a much livelier second half. Some great scores from play from both sets of forwards, and now look, I think this is the game we were looking forward to. Much livelier in the second half.
It's like living in a different country, Michael. Pa Kelly, big one down there. Comes back into that midfield again to Declan Hannon, yet to exert an influence on this game. Dropped it in. Mulcahy gathers, goes after it, hand passes it inside towards Cian Lynch. Lynch has a chance here. Ooh, great save. Might have taken a point, but that could have been heading into the top left-hand corner, but for the intervention of Kelly. It's on the end line there, and it's got to be a free out as the cornerback was restrained unfairly by Graham Mulcahy, but Cian Lynch very nearly got the cheekiest of goals here.
I'd say maybe he was going for the point and just dipped in under the bar. Graham Mulcahy passed it into him. Again, great first touch.